DVTV is made possible by NextLights, video lighting tools for filmmakers.
Hello and welcome to another episode of DVTV, bringing you the next wave of digital video. I'm your host, Tony Reale, and today I want to talk about our wireless workflow at Creative Edge Productions. Now, going wireless can be not only convenient, but also necessary for certain shots, such as with a Steadicam, where having a wire or any sort of attachment to your camera can throw off the balance. Wireless can also keep you really flexible, moving quickly when you don't have wires that are kind of dangling around you. And to pull off certain shots, it can be completely necessary. Now there's two things that I use to help with our wireless workflow, and that is my custom-built wireless HDMI system and our wireless follow focus system. These are great assets to have for multiple reasons. Again, if you're on a Steadicam, you need to be completely unencumbered. But if you're on something like a jib or a motorized camera system like this, either you may not be able to get to the camera to be able to either pull focus or have a monitor feed out of it, or you may just need an extension from it. And going wireless can be a very big convenience. So first of all, we have our wireless HDMI system. This is something that I kind of custom jerry-rigged together. There are professional systems out there, some really nice ones. I haven't gone the route of a professional one just because I wanted to get something and try it out. I may someday get a professional system so that I can have a lot of multiple monitors for clients and stuff like that. But right now I'm going to show you how to build your own for under $200. The system that I use is a Asus Ycast. Now, they actually discontinued this. Why? I'm not entirely certain. But you can either find them fairly cheap on eBay if you do a search, or you can just do a search for wireless HDMI, and you're going to find wireless HDMI thumbsticks and then the receiver. And those, again, are usually under $200. And really all you need for that is some sort of a power source to power the transmitter. I use a Tachyon battery, and that lasts literally for days. It's such a large power source that it can last for a very long time. I've gone days without charging it and using it for full day shoots. So if you don't want something that large, you can go with something a little bit more simple, like a simple power pack that holds some AA batteries and plugs directly into the device. Or if you are working with a monitor like Small HD that has power output via the USB, you can get a USB to DC adapter, and then you can plug directly into that and then just run the power off your monitor, so you have less batteries to deal with. It'll of course drain the batteries on your monitor a little quicker, but it's a little bit more convenient to work with. So once you've got power to the transmitter, all you have to do is plug in the receiver to your TV and you've got a great setup. Again, the one that I use with the Asus Ycast, I've got a cheese plate adapter, and I have the transmitter mounted to that. I have my battery mounted to that, and then I just have a small HD HDMI splitter, which also works phenomenally well. It's probably one of the best ones that I've ever used. And that allows me to, if I'm wanting to go a feed directly off of my camera and then run it to a monitor that doesn't have HDMI pass-through, I can go into the monitor and into the transmitter and be able to have the on-camera monitoring and then send it out to my clients. And my clients love having this on set. Whether it's for the director, whether it's for a client that has their on-set producer that wants to monitor everything, whatever it may be, they love having this because they can see a feed, and I love it because I'm not worrying about how long the cable is or when I'm moving camera around, if I'm on a jib, whatever it may be, I have a great system that's very convenient. And because my cheese plate is rod mounted, I don't have to worry about finding a spot to put it. It just goes right in the back of the camera. So the next thing we have is our wireless follow focus. Now, there are some people that a wireless follow focus is their go-to device. They may need it all the time. For me, it's something that we actually use fairly rarely. If we're on a Steadicam, on a jib, or if I'm doing an elaborate move where it's really hard for me to pull focus myself, those are times that I may use the wireless follow focus. And with the wireless HDMI system, I can send the feed directly to my monitor, and then the focus puller can be standing right at the monitor. So some ACs are phenomenal at being able to just feel focus. If you're working with somebody that may not be as experienced, Having a wireless follow focus system where they can go directly to a nice large screen. I use just a 40-inch TV that I have on set, so it's nice and big, both for the client and for the focus puller, to be able to easily see what they are going to be pulling focus for. And this makes it a lot more easy for them to be able to hit their focus marks and know exactly where they are. So what wireless follow focus system do I use? Well, I use the Jag35 version 2 wireless follow focus, and this is by far the most cost-effective one I've ever seen. There are Preston systems out there that'll cost you $14,000 plus. There's Red Rock Micro has a beautiful system that's a lot more cost effective, sub $5,000 system. But to get under $1,500, Jag35 is the only one that I've seen that has some level of quality with it. And you can get that one set up. You have a nice metal build to it. The motors are pretty good. They're a little on the loud side, but they will definitely do what you need, especially if you're shooting where you don't need audio on the shoot and the camera isn't very close to the subject. So like I said, on a jib, Steadicam, whatever it may be, if the camera's not right next to the talent, you should be perfectly fine using this system. I used it for many shoots and I really loved it. They also have an electronic follow focus version so that you can have a thumb wheel. This is great if you're using a shoulder rig or if you're on a jib again and you want to be able to pull focus with your finger and not having to necessarily get in front of the camera and pull focus that way. So across the board, I really love going wireless. It's a great asset to have on set. It's a great professionalism, especially for monitoring to show your client. And again, you're not having to sacrifice a shot. There are times where if you're on a large jib shot and you need to do some level of focus pulling, maybe from a low close-up to a wide vista, oftentimes to avoid that, you might have to stop the camera down, which then may compromise the look if you don't have enough light or whatever it may be. So by having this in your kit and being fairly cost effective, this is a tool that we can have and not have to break the bank. Again, if I was doing wireless systems all the time, if we were doing Steadicam moves all the time, I might consider investing in a higher end system that may be a little quieter on the follow focus side. But for it to be something that we use rarely, I'm really glad that we have this in our kit so that when we need to, we can just pull it out and again, not have to compromise a shot. As always, you can find links for the gear mentioned on our website, NextWaveDV.com. And be sure to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and join our NextWaveDV community. Thanks for subscribing, and we'll see you next time.
Want more NextWaveDV in your life? Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube to be notified when the next episode airs. Visit our website for daily posts on the latest digital video news. Like us on Facebook to join the NextWaveDV community. And follow us on Twitter for behind-the-scenes news and pictures.